You're watching NBC4, connected to you. Live from the area's leading news station, this is News 4 at 6.
Lindsay's got sports. We're talking football and the men who play it.
Yes. Huh? I have to confess, after the game on Sunday, I came back and rewound Fred Smoot's interview about 10 times because just looking at his excitement was so much fun.
Wasn't he?
He was out of his skin. He couldn't contain himself.
Yeah.
Fred Smoot felt like he was given a second chance when he joined the Redskins for a second time this past offseason. He said it was like moving back into his mama's house. His goal is to help bring a championship back to D.C. And when they walked off the field after last week's win, you would have thought he won the lottery.
My first time going to the playoffs, and I'd rather be nowhere but D.C. when I do that.
Fred Smoot made his first interception of the season when the Redskins played his former team, the Minnesota Vikings. He is one of the leaders on defense, and as everybody knows, Smoot loves to talk, and he gets his teammates so energized. Well, all this week, players say that Fred Smoot has got to be the Redskin most visibly excited about the playoffs.
For him to get to the playoffs and the excitement that him and Sean Springs been playing with, and just knowing what they're doing to carry the defense and put us in position to be here.
These have been even more yakkier than normal, and that's pretty hard. Sometimes we've had to wear our own earplugs this week in the meeting room in defense because he's been very energetic, and I'm happy for him. I got a real smile on my face that he's had an opportunity to make the playoffs for the first time in his career.
I'm just having fun, man, enjoying it while you can, because you never know when you're going to go to the playoff again, if you ever make it at all. I think, it's a situation where you just got to soak everything up, take it a day at a time.
Fred Smoot, one of the most energetic guys on the team. And today, Vance, I have to tell you that I convinced Fred to go up above his locker and take out some of these bars. This is his new energy bar that he's created.
What's it called?
It's called Smack.
Smack.
Fred Smoot's Smack Energy Bar. Smack on a smack. It is when he talks. This thing is so good. It tastes like a big old candy bar, and he says it's good for you. So I don't know if it is, but enjoy.
Let's find if it works for him. Maybe it'll work for us.
Exactly.
Right?
Fred Smoot knows how much of a challenge Seahawks Pro Bowl quarterback Matt Hasselbeck will be in. For more on the Seahawks and what they're doing to prepare for Saturday's game, Dan Helly is live outside Seattle. Dan, what is the vibe like around Seahawks camp today?
These guys are pumped up, man. They're ready to go, as every team is when they're ready for the playoffs. And, Lindsay, if Fred Smoot says a candy bar is good for you, if he's selling it, I'm buying it. He's the guy who's going to have to try to shut down quarterback Matt Hasselbeck. This is the engine that drives this team, not just the offense, but the entire team. Matt Hasselbeck is the Seahawks organization right now, and he's really had a spectacular season. This is the guy that was the backup quarterback for Brett Favre in Green Bay, and then he followed Mike Holmgren to Seattle, and he has mastered this West Coast offense. He's had a career year, passing for nearly 4,000 yards and 28 touchdowns. He finally has some weapons in the receiving corps, and receivers Nate Burleson and Bobby Ingram. He has led the Seahawks to the playoffs 5 straight times, and he knows this could be one of his final chances at a championship. Hasselbeck is wary of the Redskins' 8th-ranked defense, and they are wary of him.
It seems to me what they're doing right now is they're saying, hey, you know what? We're more talented and we're more physical than the people that we're going to play. We're just going to line up and play. We're not going to try to trick you. We're just going to line up and show that we're better athletes and that we can make plays. And they're smart football players, in particular their corners. Smoot and Springs, they've been around. They route recognize. They do a nice job. They make plays. And they don't just bat balls down. They make interceptions. So, up front they're physical. Their linebackers are experienced and good players. And like I said, they're secondary. They're smart and they're very athletic as well.
Matt has been carrying them, and he's that type of quarterback. I think personally he's probably going to be the best quarterback we'll face all the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah. No disrespect to Brett Favre or Tony Romo, but Matt, he's a competitive man.
Lofty praise from Sean Springs. And Lindsay, as you know, Sean Springs played with Matt Hasselbeck, very good friends with Hasselbeck, and the running back for the Seahawks, Sean Alexander. He says they have exchanged a couple of text messages, but no trash talking. He says, I'm just going to go out there and smile and be Sean Springs, and hopefully we win the ball game. That'll do it from here in Kirkland, Washington. Not raining now, but it has been raining most of the day. Lindsay, back to you.
Dan, quick question. Do you think they're getting any bulletin board material from what Mike Sellers said about the crowd noise at Quest Field?
They're trying to blow it up out here. It's really kind of silly. I think the guys are a little perturbed because a lot of people are picking the Redskins to upset them in this game. The Redskins aren't a secret anymore. They've won 4 straight. The Seahawks are maybe one of the weaker teams in the playoffs, and I think that's getting them fired up to see people picking the Redskins to beat them on their home turf in a very noisy Quest Field.
It will be an interesting matchup. Thanks so much, Dan. And I'll be with Dan in Seattle tomorrow for extensive Redskins pregame coverage. And you can watch the game on NBC4 Saturday at 4:30. So the verdict, did you guys like the energy bar?
Actually, it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
a lot of sugar in this thing.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's so good.
Well, Bill says it's more honey than sugar, so that should be okay.
Yeah, no, it's like a big
It's
fudgy
good.
Yeah, I had more
brownie.
of it. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, other NFL news. The new general manager for the Miami Dolphins, Bill Parcells, didn't wait long. Today, he fired Miami Dolphins head coach Cam Cameron after just 1 season. Cameron's Dolphins went 1-15. Everybody knows. Parcells took over as team executive vice president. Miami is now searching for its 5th head coach in 5 years. Moving now to the NBA. The Wizards hit the road against the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night. Last night, they couldn't climb out of a hole against the hottest team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons, who notched their 10th win in a row. The Pistons beat the Wizards easily, 106-93. And look who showed up at the game, Clinton Portis. I don't know what he thinks about fashion, but at least he was warm inside the Verizon Center. Second quarter, Wizards down 6. The Pistons get the loose ball. Rip Hamilton throws it to another former Wizard, Jarvis Hayes. And check this out. Hayes goes in for the monster jam, but Andre Blatch goes for the block. Oh, he gets the ball in Hayes' head. The hard foul is called a flagrant by the refs. Hayes was okay. Now, in the third quarter, the Wizards down 15. Caron Butler misses the 3. It's a loose ball, but look, Deshaun Stevenson, look at that pass to Butler. Butler goes in for the slam. He had a team-high 22 points, but the Wizards were not able to recover from an early 10-point deficit. Time winding down in the third quarter. Tayshaun Prince misses a 3-pointer, but watch Jason Maxiell comes in and ends the quarter with a huge jam. The Pistons win 106-93, their 10th straight win. And in hockey news, the Capitals play in Boston tonight against the Bruins. Meanwhile, Capitals rookie Nicklas Backstrom was named NHL Rookie of the Month. Backstrom had 14 points in 13 games. And in college football, the Virginia Tech Hokies play Kansas tonight in the Orange Bowl. Last night, it was a BCS matchup between West Virginia and Oklahoma that turned into a real mismatch. The Mountaineers crushed the Sooners 48-28. Bill Stewart came into the game as interim head coach, but today was named head coach. Second quarter, senior fullback Owen Schmidt takes the tackle, and the huge back couldn't be stopped. He's a Fairfax native, rumbles 56 yards for the touchdown. The Mountaineers took a 13-3 lead, and you know, if you're Schmidt, you're thinking, I got to do more of that. Still in the second, West Virginia up 3-6. Pat White fakes the handoff, rolls left, finds a wide open receiver, Darius Renan, for the 21-yard score. West Virginia easily wins 48-28. Coach Bill Stewart, now the permanent head coach after that performance last night. Pretty huge game for them, huh?
Big one.
Yeah,
Big one. Good
made
for
it
them.
look easy.
Thanks, Lindsay.
You're welcome.